Naked Heart Revolution is the go-to podcast for high-achieving individuals seeking to transform their relationships and life. Hosted by Jenny Bingham, an intimacy reset coach. Each episode explores emotional reconnection, personal growth, or business insight through expert guests sharing real stories and strategies. Whether you want to deepen your connection with your partner or elevate your business, this podcast delivers the tools and mindset shifts needed for lasting change. Subscribe to join the community focused on intentional healing and empowerment.
For me, a breakup is a form of identity pruning because you need to let go part of identity that are not aligned or congruent with who you are truly and where you want to go, the type of relationship you want to build, etc., etc.
That's wonderful. That's such a deep topic because, well, what is the main people that I have the podcast for is midlife couples. And there's so many different stages. There's so many different aspects to keep in mind. What I specifically work with is the connection, the understanding, communication, the fun, the playful before the bedroom, before the fight, before the separation, the breakup, the hurt. And with your side, it's like, well, if it does have the breakup, where can you grow from there? So it's quite interesting. It aligns with such a number of people that they're not quite sure. And then you said in your particular case is because of cheating. Now, when you're able to find your new self or your new understanding, was it questions that you asked yourself, or was it questions that someone asked you and then you started thinking about it, or did it just come out of the blue?
It's a bit of a mixture. It's a lot about self-analysis and taking time to be with yourself, whether that just be walking or just being with yourself, because I think, unfortunately, in the kind of life that we're living, people are always rushing and working and doing stuff. And especially after a breakup, you need time for yourself, to be with yourself, to understand what is going on inside of you, so you can, and also, look back at what happened. How did I contribute to create that, so I can create a better relationship after that. And you need to learn from your mistakes, own your mistakes, and take the time to digest and learn from it. Digest whatever there is for you to digest and learn from it. I needed to find a sense of security back again. And actually, after one breakup that I think of, I needed really, and that's something I think that can be useful even to the people that are in a relationship, basically. It is about understanding this link between setting up boundaries and feeling secure, feeling this feeling of security, because I actually underestimated the relationship between both until a particular relationship, which was verbally abusive a lot a couple of years ago. So, and what I understood is that I was blaming him a lot. And after that relationship, I needed to take time to meditate, find a deep sense of security inside myself. And I think it's the ultimate security is your link to the universe, to God, whatever you call it. But still, yes, it is. For me, that's my understanding, because as long as if you live with that deep truth inside yourself, that you're protected, that you're guided, that everything is for your good, that's the ultimate for me security. That said, you still need to put boundaries, to set boundaries within your relationship, and your ability to set boundaries and to enforce them is actually so critical to you feeling safe in a relationship. I was blaming that guy, that ex at the time, for his behavior, for his verbal abuse and so on, but I wasn't taking responsibility for my part. which is basically my inability to set boundaries and to make them, to enforce my boundaries and say, okay, I need to to respect myself in that situation and set up some boundaries. I was too much of the good girl who want to be nice, who want to make an effort, don't make waves. You see, the good girl syndrome. And when I realized that, I said, okay, if you want to be to feel secure in a relationship, you need to be able to speak up about what doesn't work for you, set up your boundaries, what are your needs. You need to be able to speak up. And so you need to drop that good girl identity. And it's funny actually how I actually realized all that after this relationship. I'll tell you if you would got time. Do we have time for a story?
Sure.
I think it's interesting, and it could be useful even to people that are in a relationship, not just after breakup. Because really, a couple of years ago, so after a breakup, I'd kept some professional relationships with my ex, and I was supposed to participate into one of his events. And 2 days before the event, we have an argument, and he kicked me out of the event. And I thought, okay, I know where this is going, because it was a pattern I'd noticed throughout our relationship. And basically, some of the step of the pattern was this one. There would be an argument, I would shut down, shut up, or withdraw. We get very angry and cut off the relationship, either by walking away or telling me the relationship was over. It was one of his relationship where got together, break up, got to get back together, break up, and so on. So I knew he would come back, and he did. He came back to me after excluding me from the event once he had calmed down, and he told me, yes, please reintegrate, come to the event, and I was supposed to help him out on the event and so on. And as I was once again, as the good girl was used to do, was to say, okay, be nice, be agreeable. Something inside me woke up after that breakup. And I thought, hang on a second. How come I'm in the same kind of pattern, same kind of situation, despite the fact that we're not even together anymore? And I thought, weird. Then I kept thinking about it, and I kept asking better questions. That's the power. I think there's a power in the question you actually ask. And I start thinking, okay, but how am I co-creating this pattern? And most importantly, what does my ego get or gain from maintaining, perpetuating this pattern? Because if this pattern is maintained even after our relationship, and there's something I'm gaining from it. And I had to start taking responsibility for creating this pattern, because for me, a pattern is like a tennis game. It takes two people in a relationship to play the game. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to own my part. And I started thinking about it. And then I meditated on it. And I realized that what I was actually gaining from maintaining that pattern is actually reinforcing an identity, and it is the identity of the good girl, the one which has internalized the command, be a good girl, don't make wave, shut up, do as you're told. That's basically for me my definition of the good girl. That's how I was. And when I understood that, I was faced with a choice, basically. And I was thinking, okay, do I want to maintain that? What do I actually want? And I connected to my heart, to my intuition. And I realized that I didn't even really want it to go to my event. I did it out of conditioning, out of the good girl conditioning. And because I thought that's what mature people do. Even if you break up, you can maintain professional relationship, which is not a bad thing. But I think mature people follow inherently what is their truth, what is the line for them. Doing nice stuff shouldn't be a cover-up for just like not allowing yourself to be true and align with what's true for you. And when I connected to my truth and I realized that, okay, I don't want to go to that event. It's not even true for me to be there. I decided to to decline, and I refused to go to his event. And that day, I decided that I'm letting go of the good girl identity, because I chose to be me, and to be me in my truth, to be me in my authenticity, and especially me in my ability to say no and set boundaries to what doesn't serve me. And that's something I think is useful whether you're in a relationship or not. It's about understanding what is driving your behaviors, your decision, and making sure you connect to what is your truth, and you communicate that in a loving way, if you're in a loving way, in a respectful way, in a benevolent way, but you communicate what is your truth. And for me, I had to let go of this identity girl. And I think a lot of people, and especially, I think it's a lot of women in my culture. I don't know yours, but in my culture, it's something you find a lot with women. So
in different cultures, definitely we see the good girl in many different cultures and upbringings.
yeah, and for me, that's why I think that breakup was inviting me not to just like let go of a relationship, but to let go of an identity. And for me, letting go of an identity is about it's asking who am I? What is my truth? What is the line now? What is my truth now? What is true for me to do? And something that is not linked to just breakup is just about life, living your life in a more authentic way, whether you're in a relationship or not. And especially if you're in a relationship, I think it's important to be true to yourself and communicate that to your partner. And especially finding a way, because maybe that's going to be useful actually to couples, because that's something I did very bad during my marriage. So hopefully people are not going to do the same mistake as I did in my marriage.
If people want to get a hold of you, these women who are curious on how you could help them, or just know a little bit more about either your speech or your coaching, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
They can social media. They can follow me on Instagram. So it's easy. It's just Peggy Ebring. It's my Instagram account, Peggy Ebring. They can follow me on social media. I also have a website. At the moment, it's not in English yet, but it will be. It's just peggyebring.com. They can. I've got resources there. And if they speak French, they can watch my website. But I think the easiest is just LinkedIn or Instagram.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you very much.